Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting off with my brows and I'm using the Anastasia dip brow in Ebony and I'm using the Anastasia brush number 12. And I've been trying this new brush out. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. Usually I always use my Soleil brush, but I figured I would switch things up. So I'm using the shade Ebony and I'm filling in my brows pretty bold today because we are going for a bold look, including some color. Now the look that I'm recreating is from the Kylie peach palette, the royal peach palette, like the cover. She has like blue and peach. So cute. I don't have that palette, so I'm going to be using my Too Faced palette. And you guys wanted to see a one brand tutorial with Too Faced. I don't have everything Too Faced, so I'm pretty much using like all the Too Faced products that I have. So to clean up my brows, I'm using the Kat Von D concealer and I'm using the Kelly Baker brow brush. I love this brush for concealing the brows. And this concealer is full coverage, which is awesome. It's so necessary for me to do this step. I never skip it. And the shade is Warm, L3. Now, I don't really like that concealer for underneath my eyes, so I'm just using it for my brows. This brush is so amazing. It's part of the mini brushes from Luxie. And this one is the mini shader brush. It's 121. It's a must-have kit if you have small eyes or small features. It's amazing. Comes with a couple of brushes, and I'm obsessed with all of them because they're all mini, so it works perfectly. Now I'm using the Essence liner brush that I featured in my haul. One of you guys put me onto this. And I'm using some brow powder in the shade Ebony as well from Anastasia, just to give it a little bit more of a full look. To prime my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Enigma. And usually I would use Eden, but I felt like using this one. This one doesn't dry out the lids as much as like the paint pots or as much as Eden. So again, this one is an Enigma and I'm trying something new. I'm just setting it with face powder as opposed to using a shadow. So again, we're using the Too Faced Peach Palette. So I'm going in with Peaches and Cream and Puree. And the reason why I'm mixing the two is because it doesn't really have a good transition color that's warm and light at the same time. So I'm kind of creating my own by mixing the two shades. So again, I'm using Peaches and Cream and Puree, and I'm using a Sigma E40. And one of my eyes always looks a lot better than the other. One of them is just patchy, and the other one is just fine. So you could probably see that right there, but that's okay. Now I'm using a Smith brush, and I'm using the shades Puree and Summer Yum. Now this brush had some product on it, so I used the Varamona Color Switch just to clean the brush. I freaking love that thing. It's such a lifesaver. So now I'm just focusing this on my crease more than just as opposed to like the whole transition area. And this is the Smith brush, and this one is number 230. I love it. Now back in with that Sigma brush just to kind of blend everything out. You're going to see me use this brush a lot throughout this whole tutorial just to kind of keep blending. Now I'm using a Sigma E36 with the shade Summer Yum by itself. It's a really pretty peachy like rustic brown shade, and I'm using the brush on its side rather than on its point and kind of fanning out that shadow. At first I was just going to use it in my crease, but I'm actually applying it to my lid as well. So I didn't know if I wanted to do like a bronzy lid color, but I noticed this palette didn't really have one like the color I was looking for. It has bronzy shades, but I wanted like a peachy bronze, so instead I'm just going for like a matte kind of lid. So now I'm using the shade Charmed, I'm sure, and I'm going in with that same brush just to kind of define my crease, and then back with the E40. The E40 is a must for this one just to really blow out this look. For the lid, I'm using the shade Candied Peach, and I'm using a MAC brush, and I'm applying this to my lid. Now, you don't have to do this color. You can do a bronzy, you can do another kind of peach, you can do gold, you can do anything, but I really wanted to incorporate like a true peach. So this one was pretty much the only one. It has glitter, but you can't really see it on your lid. There's another color in there that's called Just Peachy in the palette, so you could use that one as well if you want something a little bit more shimmery. Now, to kind of line my eyes, I'm using the shade Tempting. It's a nice black with some glitter, but you don't see the glitter, again, on the eyes because it's so fine. So I'm just using that Essence brush again. For liner, I'm using Marc Jacobs, and as you can see there, I kind of messed up a little and got it on my eyelid. I wasn't really planning on doing that, so I figured why not just make it like that. So if you ever do something like that, like don't let it mess up your day, don't let it mess up your makeup. So I ended up just smudging that out with the Laura Mercier brush, but I totally wasn't trying to do that because I'm going to be applying liquid liner later. So I'm just applying some mascara. This one's MAC Extended Play. I should have used my Better Than Sex, but I completely forgot. And then I'm using White Peach on my brow bone to kind of brighten things up. Back in with that E40, and then back in with a Zoeva brush just to keep blending. You'll see throughout the tutorial, like I kind of just go back and do the same steps just to make sure like everything is layered nicely and it doesn't, fade throughout the day. Now I'm just cleaning up any fallout with a makeup wipe underneath my eyes. This is definitely important. Now for lashes, I'm using these from New Balance. These are the Russian Black. I love that name. These are super long. Let me tell you, girl, they're very dramatic, even dramatic for me, but I love the drama. Like, bring it on, mama. Like, I love it. So these are super long, but I love them. And I do have a coupon code with New Balance now. It's Rosita. And I really do love these lashes. I can't wait to use my Bella lashes. I've been like holding out on those, but these are the Russian Blacks and they're very dramatic and I love it. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. This one's very hydrating and it's just very nourishing. It's going to create a nice base. It has coconut water, electrolytes, probiotics. I do really like this primer from Too Faced. And then I'm using the Milk Makeup Blurring Stick just on the sides of my nose. I tried it once on my nose and wasn't a fan. So for my nose, I'm using the Benefit Porefessional Primer. Also a little bit on my forehead. I've been having like a lot of dryness. If you watch my Snapchat, I've been struggling a little bit, but that's okay. So since my skin has been dry, I figured I would use my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And this is in the shade Sand. I haven't used this foundation in so long and I'm kind of stippling it on just to get even coverage. If you put your foundation onto your beauty blender, what ends up happening is wherever you put the beauty blender first, that side of the face is going to have the most coverage. So I really like kind of stippling it on with a brush. I use the end of a Smith brush because it's antimicrobial. I can never say that word right. And yeah, I just kind of like stipple it along my face and then blend it out with the beauty blender just for even coverage and so that my beauty blender doesn't eat up the product. For concealer, I'm using the Born This Way concealer and this one is in the shade Light Medium. I love it because it's very yellow toned and you guys know I love me some yellow tones. So this one doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it's nice. It's not my ultimate favorite concealer, but I do keep it, like in my drawer just because I really like it for like no makeup days. And then I'm using a darker shade. And since it didn't have that much coverage, I figured I could apply a lot of it, but it was very pigmented. So that one is in the shade Dark. So yeah, a little bit of my mistake. I started blending my concealer with the brush and then kind of got the brown kind of everywhere, as you can see like on my cheek right there near my nose. But we're going to fix that. We're just going to apply a little bit more of the lighter concealer to kind of clean that up. So again, makeup, mistakes happen. Just keep on working with it. Don't let it like stress you. Every day is not going to be like the perfect makeup day, I had worn makeup earlier this day. So I feel like when I take off my makeup and wear makeup twice in a day, like it never comes out right. Am I the only one that feels that way? Also, I'm using a new camera and a new lens. It's a fixed lens. So I didn't notice that I couldn't zoom out. Like while I was doing my makeup, I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm baking with the RCMA. And then I'm setting my face with the Sephora Collection Powder in the shade Light. I really like this. And again, I'm sorry if I'm out of frame for a couple of the clips. I just have to kind of move myself back. I can't really move the camera or unzoom it. There is no zoom in this camera. This lens. So yeah. To contour and bronze, I'm using the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil. Chocolate Soleil. I love that name. It smells so good and it's really, really deep and dark. So if you are of a tan complexion, this would be perfect for you. I probably should have used the milk chocolate one, but I want it to be bronze. So I'm using the bronzer in the Too Faced Peach Glow palette just to kind of blend everything out. And I'm using a Marc Jacobs bronzer brush, one of my favorites. And for blush, I'm using this one. This is the Peach Blush and it's a peach infused blush. It smells so good. It's called Papa Don't Peach. It's so cute. And I'm using a Smith 112 brush. Now I'm just wiping away the bake. And I used, again, the RCMA No Color Powder. And then I'm going to be doing the blue, which is my favorite part. This one is from Marc Jacobs. It's an eyeliner. And it's called Out of the Blue. Let me just make sure it says Out of the Blue. Yep, Out of the Blue. And I love this. I'm so happy that I have these. This one's matte. And it's so creamy and so pigmented. The cool thing about these is that once you have it on, you can kind of blend it, but if you let it kind of sit there, it does not move. So I'm blending it with a Kat Von D brush while it's still kind of like creamy. So I love that it's creamy, but still has like a lot of longevity. You feel me? Now I'm going in with the Makeup Forever ME216, and this is just to kind of set it because I always do this. Like if I smoke out a gel product, I always have to set it with a powder, and I'm applying a little bit of some brown shadow right underneath the blue just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. For my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Definer in Ebony. You guys know I don't play when it comes to the layers of the brows. Like I was having a bad brow day, so I felt like I just needed to do this. Sometimes I don't do this, but today was just one of those days. So I'm just kind of filling that in a little bit more and then setting it with the Givenchy Mr. Brow clear brow gel. To kind of brighten underneath my eyes because the concealer didn't really brighten, I'm using the Kat Von D Banana Powder. It's from the contour kit. I don't really use a contour kit, but I love, love, love the yellow powder in the middle. It's so good. It's really brightening. And again, the concealer didn't brighten or add too much coverage, so that's why I'm doing that. Now I'm mixing White Peach and Nectar for my inner corner highlight and also applying that to my brow bone. And I'm using a MAC brush. I love it because it's nice and detailed and small. So I'm just applying some glow, making sure everything is blended. When I do my makeup, I kind of just go back and forth and see where I need more blending, where I need a little bit more detail. So now I'm just applying some extended play mascara to my lower lashes. I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but it transfers so bad on my lower lashes. So I always have to use the MAC one. Whew, girl, I'm out of breath. That was long. Okay, now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner, lip liner, and then I'm using the Me So Pretty liquid lipstick from Too Faced, and it was really light, so I'm going in with some gloss. This is the Too Faced Peach in Peach Fuzz. I love the name on that one, just to kind of give me a little bit of some shine. And you can do any color lip. I just wanted something really light and peachy, but this one was a little bit too light, so I applied a little bit more of this darker peach, and this one is called Peachsicle. So cute. And these peach lip glosses are really nice. They're really unique. I don't have anything like it, like consistency wise. For highlight, I'm using the Peach Glow from Too Faced, and it does give a nice glow, like it's a nice like everyday glow, and I'm using a Morphe M501 brush, but I had a lot of texture, so I'm going to apply another highlight later on just to kind of blend it out a little bit more. Now to track my lashes, just to make sure that my lash line isn't looking busted, I'm using the NYC liquid liner, and girls, I heard it's being discontinued, which makes me really sad. I'm kind of blending out my face a little more, and as you can see, I got like a little nick of eyeliner on my face, so I'm just kind of letting it dry before I remove it. So I'm just going back in with some inner corner highlight. I really wanted everything to kind of be a little bit brighter because with the blue, everything is looking like a little bit dark. So that's why I'm just kind of seeing where do I need a little bit of tweaking. So now I'm going to contour my nose, and again, this is from the Luxie mini brush set, and this one's the mini angled, the 131. I wish I could buy 20 of these, but you have to buy the set. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite, my new favorite nose contour brush because it snatches the nose. It's small. I love angled brushes, but this one's mini, so it's perfect. Like, it really just gets in there, and I think it's just like everyone needs to have it. Everyone needs to have this one. Now I'm using a little bit of Granite Dip Brow, and then I'm just kind of cleaning things up, tweaking here and there. I wanted to leave these parts in because I wanted to show you that, you know, it's okay to just kind of go back and fix things. I baked the sides of my nose off camera, and then I'm using this Godsend Dior Skin Nude Air highlight. You guys, I'm obsessed with this. I just got it, and oh, it's so freaking pretty, and it's smooth, and it's beautiful. Again, it's the shade 003, and I'm going to go back today and pick up the pink one because this is like the goldy one. I love it. Everyone needs it. It's expensive, but it's so worth it. I'm just wiping away the bake. And that Dior highlight does not emphasize texture. It's like a nice glow. So I'm applying that to my nose as well. And I'm using a Dose of Colors pencil brush. And then the last step is to apply a little bit more lower lash mascara because the blue is so intense. I wanted just a little bit more. So I'm using this one from Kevyn Aucoin. And this is just like their skinny mascara, which I like for the lower lashes. I'm applying some Fix Plus and then a little bit of the Scandinavia Bridal Setting Spray. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you do recreate it, please tag me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Mwah. Love you.